Okay, everybody, welcome to our parent-teacher organization meeting for tonight. One of the things that Ms. Kimbrell had mentioned was going to be on our agenda tonight was our 7 secrets to self-discipline children. We've noticed most recently that we've had kind of a lot of classroom management that we've been working on with the teachers about different skills that they can instill in the children to help them with their own self-discipline. So we went ahead and we printed out this list for you that identifies the 7 secrets to self-discipline children. And I'm going to go through them one by one, and basically I'm going to highlight what's on your sheet and some of the ways that you can help your children at home learn some of the skills on being self-disciplined that will help you at home and then also can transfer over into the classroom when they are here. One of the primary tasks that your child is going to learn when they're growing up, especially in the elementary setting, is to develop their self-discipline. And you do, and I'm a parent as well, I find myself correcting my child over and over and over again, telling them to not interrupt, they're being wild, following directions, and trying to just basically keep them on task when they're at home working with me and also when they're in the classroom. So all of these things require self-discipline and self-control. So these are one of the things that we really want to instill in the children so that way they can have positive classroom behavior and then also at home. Young children, especially our kindergarten, first and second grade children, are by nature very impulsive. I noticed that my own kindergarten student is very impulsive, and children like my son that are diagnosed with ADHD have an extra sense of the impulsivity and can be highly impulsive in relation to another student their age. So part of the solution is to learn self-discipline. So if they have their self-discipline skills, it'll make it a lot easier for them as they get older, go into middle school, go into high school, and then beyond into adulthood. One of the 7 secrets, the first one that is outlined, is to teach your child to come when they are called. So instead of yelling to them and them yelling back at us, we want to call them and have them come so we can have a face-to-face conversation with them about what it is we want them to do. The same goes for classroom teachers on yelling over to a student and the student yelling back to them. They need to leave whatever task they're doing and come be face-to-face with us so we can give them the direction. When they learn to come to the parent, they have that dialogue with the parent, and then that child can learn that self-control sometimes means we have to leave things we liked doing to come do something that's maybe not so likable, like coming to come to dinner, coming to clean our room, coming to change tasks in the classroom to go to another lesson. The second secret is teach children to respond positively to correction. And this is one of the most difficult tasks to learn as a child and even as an adult, is that when you are being corrected, it's not to put you down or make you feel bad about yourself. It's to help you learn about what you need to do next time to make yourself more successful. So if we can really teach a child to not get upset and act in a negative manner and take it more positively, that will help them to respond positively in more and more situations that really will help them with self-control and self-discipline, which really can help in high school and beyond, having that intuition to take things on the correct manner. Number 3 is also having appropriate social skills. Social skills require self-control. So knowing how to play with a friend, how to speak with a friend, how to not get angry or interrupt somebody, talk with our parents, not to shout at them, not to shout back at your child, to speak in an even manner, in a calm manner, can help towards learning those positive social skills that will help you both at home and in school. Number 4 is to encourage your child, especially at a younger age, to take on activities that are going to teach them self-control. We don't want our kids home in front of the TV. We want them out and playing. So maybe taking on a sport, music lessons. If they're an older child, taking on a paper route, something that's going to show some self-discipline and responsibility, will help them learn that self-control in a variety of different settings. Number 5 on the list is when a child receives a reward, we need to talk with them about what that reward really means. A child who has a paper route, yes, it's fun to get paid, but the reward is that you're learning responsibility. You're taking on a task and learning the ins and outs of how to do a job and how to do it well. So yes, the monetary is great, but it is even better that those skills are being learned and then can be taught to others as well. It's also really good that when your child is taking part in an activity and it's building self-discipline, that you remind them about how they're learning about their own self-control. Such examples, you're being determined and responsible to get up every morning. I know that you played that game the hardest that you knew how. I like how you came home and walked the dog. All those types of positive statements show self-discipline and helps your child to learn those different types of self-control. Number 6 on our 7 secrets is use bedtimes to teach self-discipline. It's so hard to get our kids to go to bed. My son kicks, screams, hollers, wants me to come in and tuck him in 4 times, read 4 bedtime stories, then get a drink of water, then brush his teeth, then go back to bed, then get up and do it all over again. If we can really teach them how to stay in their room at that designated time, that's teaching them a huge lesson in self-control and self-discipline, and it's also going to help in daily activities besides bedtime, getting up in the morning, coming home after school and sitting down and doing homework, all which are very key things that if your child learns at home, they're going to be able to take over into the classroom as well. One of the main things that has been really successful for my son is showing him on a digital clock like the one we have in here when it is 8 o'clock. He has now learned when he sees that 8 o'clock, he knows, Mommy, it's time to go to bed. And he actually thinks it's fun to order me that it's 8 o'clock for him to go to bed. So that works really well for us every night during the week when he's going to bed to get up for school. And number 7 is morning routines, chores, and family schedules become a really great opportunity besides that bedtime, getting other routines into place about different times of day that can really get them into the habit of doing a routine on a regular basis. Then when they come into school, it's not so difficult or such a foreign idea for them to understand that the school day is designed to be one big routine, going from one activity to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. If you look on the back, there's some other little tips. That one thing that really stood out to me was one of the last statements about how sometimes it's just easier to let our children have that extra freedom and not be so on top of them to learn the self-discipline and self-control, because honestly it does make it easier for us as parents. We're not having to really work on it, and they have a really nice, a camaraderie between themselves and their child. And classroom teachers say the same thing. Sometimes it's easier to just turn around and let little Johnny, take part in that negative behavior, because trying to teach him otherwise just takes away too much time from the rest of the class. And that's where it's important as teachers and as teachers in the classroom and then teachers as parents that we do take that time, because taking that time now when they're very little is only going to help them with their success as they move towards middle school, high school, and beyond to be a successful individual. This is a very, very good snapshot of the 7 secrets of self-discipline. All of you can take a copy. We have it in several different languages. Take one, go over it with your child, enlist them in different ways that they can even help you with your own self-discipline and self-control. It's also a great way for classroom teachers who will get a copy to work with their students and kind of come up with their own 7 secrets in the classroom that's going to help with classroom management procedures and keeping the children on task and learning to the best of their ability. So make sure you take these on the way out. If you have any questions, raise your hand. No? Okay, well, I thank you for your time. Again, my name is Kelly Nigro. I'm the guidance counselor here at St. Lucie Elementary. If you have any questions or comments you think about afterwards, feel free to call me or drop me an email. Thank you so much.